Today's project starts with a simple piece of cardboard and some ordinary kitchen foil. As you can see here, I maneuver it into a shape that with a few more add-ons will hopefully represent a tree hollow. I will then go on to create my main focal point, which of course is the special someone that will live in this tree. And like always, I will mainly work with E6000 for my glue and on occasion a bit of hot glue like you see here. Now the hot glue is mainly to help me out like a third hand until things have dried, or I use it when I know that I will secure everything either with paper mache or tape like you see here. Hot glue on its own, it's really not a very reliable glue. So as soon as I was done with the texture paste on this piece, I moved on to these two balls. The big one was a botched attempt at a paper mache balloon from an old project, and the second one is just a toy plastic ball. I used my hot wood burning tool to cut the big one in half and took a third of the small one. I think that my process will be very easy for you to follow, and like always, you will find anything you may need to know in the captions. Now, for the most part, all the important bits of how I put this piece together are here for you. I did leave out some of the repetitious stuff. There were a few times my head got in the way and you couldn't see. And I did forget to turn on my camera when I was working on the final background. But altogether, I think you will get a pretty good idea of how I work and how this piece came together. So please enjoy the process, enjoy some music, and I will be back with you in just a few minutes. So my project is done. Now when I first planned on creating an owl, I had something majestic or maybe mysterious in mind. But this little fellow is of course anything but. To me he looks like a cute little baby owl, and I'm all right with that. I like the way he stands in his little home that is nicely decorated. I like how the tree hollow frames him, and making this was fun. It came out real solid and nicely textured, and those materials are definitely something I want to work with again. Now the big background gave me a bit of trouble. That crackle medium, although I used it many times before and usually works like a charm, just didn't work. Maybe it's old because the bottom of the barrel, but it just didn't crackle. I only got a very few, so I used my baby wipe and just took off some of the dark paint and some of the medium to reveal the brighter colors and give it this organic look I was after, and I think it worked out all right. Now the leaves here, which are also nicely textured and I layered them for the same purpose, really pull everything together and unite the background with the assemblage part here. The owl is of course full of details, and I believe you saw pretty much everything I added. I point out just a few little things, the little curl on his forehead. Between all the different elements I added here, there's a shovel on this side, there is a hammer on that side, and of course the sand and the lace really give it extra interest, and these wings to me came out real nice. But so did his chest, and like always I leave a few things unpainted here, that V on his forehead, his beak, and the little chain. After I painted the eyes, I of course added some triple gloss just to give it that shine. So the way the door worked out, you really can see that there's something that can open, which I really like. So the little doorknob of course reveals the inside. So what I added here is a key and a heart. Let me come a little closer. There's a nice silver heart. Now the heart is held on by a magnet, so I can take it all the way out, and it's actually a necklace, as you can see. I also added 2 hooks, and when this thing is hanging on the wall, the key will secure pretty easily right here, and something else could hang on that side. But for now, we put the heart, let me show real quick. The inside are just the pieces you saw me add earlier, plus a little bit of silver robin buff. So pretty simple. So here's a heart, which I think makes only sense to have a heart inside his chest. And then the little key, I'm just gonna lay it down. Then we can close it. And here he is. My project is done. I hope you enjoyed it. Like always, I love to hear what you think. I always appreciate any comments, all your feedback, and I will try to be back really soon. Until then, take care. Bye for now.